All right, let's talk about the infix with without partial reduplication, right? Because this infix is a pretty complex topic in a way to talk about, but it's also a rare infix, but you will encounter it sometime as you keep learning Cebuano. And I just want to talk to you about one more, maybe not the last, but one more use of this infix. All right, so we talked about how this infix can be the imperative of the mo, right? Imperative of the mo. But the difference was that was using partial reduplication. Okay, so what if we don't use partial reduplication? Well, this becomes the imperative of the ni, okay, of the ni without partial reduplication. All right, so it is, if we use it without the partial reduplication, it then acts as a ni imperatively, and that falls under the non-specific, undefined, and absolute timeline when we talk in terms of time, or yeah, time, right? Because of that ni affix. Here again on the left-hand side, we have some common verbs that use Okay, we have adto, abot, kaon, gawas, gikan, right? But again, this usage of this as the imperative of via the imperative of the ni without partial reduplication, right? So using it in that way is very rare, okay? Very rare. But I will use it. I gave you example sentences that you might encounter most likely, where you'll hear this, right? And I hear this a lot when I hear the news or things like that, okay? But just keep a mental note of the common verbs, right? This isn't an exhaustive list, but it's just some common verbs. Another place or maybe another area that you might hear or see or read or use this via the imperative or by way of the imperative of the ni would probably be in older texts, right? Older literature. I know some Bibles or some religious documents might have that. Definitely, those will be in those kind of formats, the usage of this okay? So how does it work without partial reduplication? Well, again is an infix, right? And it works just like any typical infix, right? That's just it. It just works like any typical infix. So you know how to infix just regular infixes, right? We have two examples here. We have gikan, which starts with a consonant, and we have abot, which starts with a vowel. Again, you have to split open for the one with the consonant, right? You just infix it after that first consonant, okay? And with the without a consonant, if it's just a vowel, you have to affixate it or prefix it. There you go. Prefix it as a prefix. And the one I just wrote some how it contrasted here on the side, where we have the one with the partial reduplication of the first syllable and then infixation, and here we just have infixation without partial reduplication, right? So gumikan versus gumigikan, okay? Gumikan, gumigikan. You hear that partial reduplication. Umabot, umaabot, okay? Umabot, umaabot. They're two different meanings, okay? The one with that partially reduplicated syllable is the imperative of the mo, okay? The one without it is the imperative of the ni. So you can think of this as a mo and a ni, right? So something that hasn't happened yet versus something that happened already, or that is a completed action. All right, so down here we have two example sentences that I wrote. So the first one was something that I said that you'll probably hear commonly in the news, right? Because this is something I see when I see news, right? Umabot ang presyo sa gasolina, 2 pesos na, gikan gahapon, right? Umabot ang presyo, right? Umabot ang presyo sa gasolina, 2 pesos na, gikan gahapon. And the last one, kalit nga gumawas ang langgam, inig ni abrikog bintana sa sipikas. Wala. Can't even speak right now. So, kalit nga gumawas ang langgam, inig ni abriko ang bintana. Inig ni abri kog bintana sa pikas. There you go. So, I can't read for tonight. But yeah, so you can see how gumawas and where is the other one? Oh, umabot are used in that way, right? Umabot ang presyo sa gasolina 2 pesos na gikan gahapon. Kalit na gumawas ang langgam inig ni abri kog bintana sa pikas. What else can I tell? I don't know what else I can say about this, but again, without this partial reduplication, this prefix, right? It just turns into a imperative of the ni. All right. So again, don't get that. I think that's the main takeaway is that partial reduplication versus without partial reduplication.